with ichthyosis, it's very interesting because, people obviously will stare, they're curious. People are obviously, wonder, what's happening because they don't know. Most people think that I have gotten sunburnt, which is why my skin is so red, but usually I have to correct them. Hi, my name is Portia Cina and I have confetti ichthyosis.
My name is Bailey Pretak and I was born with lamellar ichthyosis.
Hi, I'm Sean Cina and I am Portia Cina's father.
And I'm Jolie Cina and I'm Portia Cina's mother.
Ichthyosis is a rare genetic skin condition that causes my skin to grow 10 times faster. And this is because I don't have the extra layers of skin that normal people have. So my skin is always trying to reproduce and recreate that layer that I don't have.
And growing up with ichthyosis has definitely been a challenge. From things such as not being able to sweat, so I couldn't be outside on hot summer days like my other friends, to fevers being life-threatening, to the fact that my skin itches all the time and is constantly dry and cracks open.
I maintain my skin in a couple ways. I use a lot of lotion to help moisturize my skin because my skin can dry out very easily, so I always have to have lotion on. I also take a bath every single day, which can help, get any excess, dead skin that is on my body, and that helps a lot. And I also have to drink a lot of water because my skin is so dry that it needs to stay hydrated. And because of my skin, I cannot sweat, so I always have to make sure I don't overheat.
But the hardest part was definitely emotionally because I could tell I was different. I was bullied, I was excluded and left out of things. I've been cyberbullied, so all of that definitely caused me to have a low self-esteem and just not really like my skin, basically.
It hasn't really affected our mental health other than the worrying that we have about how the world is going to react to both of our kids. It's their mental health that I'm most concerned about. Making sure that they are as secure within themselves as possible so that they can deal with anything that happens to them that happens to be negative and the disappointments that may come from having ichthyosis. That's really what I'm most concerned with.
I've had many interesting encounters over the years. There are some positive encounters, some negative. Some people will, whisper. I remember one time there was a group of girls and they were walking by and they were like whispering. And I was with a friend and they were whispering, they were pointing. Sometimes it's kind of a battle in my head whether I should, speak up or just, let them go. Well, sometimes I do get recognized very easily around my town because I obviously stand out so people can remember me very easily.
So what is it like to have a child or children in our case with ichthyosis? It really is no different than having any other kid. Initially, at least in Portia's case, Portia's our firstborn. Nobody knew why her skin was the way it was. It was a very shocking day, and then became, kind of a trying 2 years, just trying to figure out, getting our arms around how to take care of her and what was best for her. But once we figured that out, and Miles was born, our second child with ichthyosis, it was, it was old hat at that point, and we kind of knew what we were doing, and it was smooth sailing. So really, it's just like every other kid, except, getting your arms around, making sure that their skincare regimen is where they need it, and preparing them for that. And other than that, it's just like the same worries every other parent would have.
I cope with my ichthyosis by music. Music is one of the things that I've had since childhood. It has helped me in so many ways. I love to create music. I love performing it in front of people. And I've made so many friends and connected with so many people through ichthyosis.
And as far as music, I've always loved music. I've loved performing. I love dancing, singing, acting, anything that falls under those categories.
So first is the Foundation for Ichthyosis and Related Skin Types. And we found first when Portia was first born, one of our doctors put us in touch with them. And they provide a lot of resources to families and people affected with ichthyosis and the people who love them. And first provides a lot of support both in person family conferences that they offer every other year. They have a lot of information to families, a website, a very robust online community. And they provide a lot of support to the families and people with ichthyosis. They put them in touch with doctors, they can put them in touch with different studies. They do a lot of fundraising and awareness drives. And first was really helpful to us because they did provide that key support and information that we were looking for when Portia was first born, and gave us a lot of information, I think, that we were looking for at the time. And a lot of reassurances that even though she has a rare skin condition, she can go on to have a fairly normal and happy life.
So first has been a huge godsend to our family. First is the Foundation for Ichthyosis and Related Skin Types, and they are the reason why we know what we know about my skin. And even more important, they've connected me with people like Portia and other families all around the world. And it's just so nice to realize that you are not alone and that there are other people who go through what you go through on a daily basis. And that connection is so important and helps get me through.
I've been playing piano ever since I was a little girl. I love performing with other people. I love meeting others. I love collaborating. Music is an amazing way to connect with others and put your own spin and creativity on different kinds of, varieties and different music.
I don't care what they're going to say. Let the storm rage on. Cold never bother me anyway. God gave my head above water, don't let me drown. It gets harder, I'll meet you there at the altar as I fall down to my knees. Don't let me drown. Don't let me drown.
Music has definitely helped me connect with other people and make more friends, and it is an amazing thing, and it has definitely helped me with my ichthyosis. Another thing is friends and family. I think that you don't have to have 100 friends, you don't have to have 10 friends, you don't have to have 5 friends, you can have any amount you want. But I do think it is very important to have at least one close friend that you can talk to about anything and you're very comfortable with, because I think it is so important to have that support system. I'm very grateful to have a very loving family who supports me and who loves me very deeply, and I love them for that.
But over time, I've learned to appreciate my skin, and I've learned to discover that beauty is unique, and all of us are unique and different, and that's okay.
What we'd like to say to someone who has ichthyosis or a loved one who has ichthyosis, I think, is what we say to people that we meet all the time, which is that you can still have a wonderful, fulfilling life with ichthyosis. Sure, you have certain things that you have to do to make sure you take care of your skin before you go into certain situations, or make sure that you're managing it and making sure it feels as good as it can and looks as good as it can. But it's not something that will stop you, and that it makes you special and unique. You really are one in a million, and you have to look at it that way.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want, no matter what your skin is. As long as you want to do it, you figure out a way to make it happen and do it.
Overall, ichthyosis has had a very big impact over my life, and I think with whatever disease you have, whatever skin condition you have, with whatever disability you have, you should take that and you should make it your own, because you are beautiful.